How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be doing a water pump and Gates Racing timing belt on my Toyota Celica. So it's supposed to rain in a couple hours, but it's like the weather is beautiful right now. It's 70 degrees. First time in like a week that the weather was actually warm and not raining. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and first thing I'm going to do is jack up the car. Actually, I take that back. First thing I'm going to do is get a table that I have inside my shed, and I'm going to like lay all the parts out on top of it. So now what I need to do is put the jack underneath the car so I can jack up the engine just enough, because I need to be able to remove this motor mount without the engine falling. So I'm going to just jack up the engine just enough, just so there's some tension on it. So usually when you do this, you want to use like a block of wood or something, because you don't want to just have all the pressure from the jack up like a point on your oil pan or on a cross member or something. You want to put a piece of wood so the weight gets just distributed across the area that you're jacking from. So one thing I actually forgot is I printed out a whole like list of directions on how to do this. I already know how, but I really want to do it right, so I printed out a couple sheets. I say a couple, but it's like 15, 16 pages. So I know how to do it, but I'm just going to be safe. I got to go print out those papers right now, and then I'll be back, and then I'll get to work. So I got my list, as always. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. Well, I've already run into a little bit of an issue. I need a specific wrench. So in order to get to the water pump pulley, I need like a wrench with like a hook style end on it, closed face. Like I need to put tension on the belt as I loosen it so I don't spin the belt or anything. I ended up getting the motor mount out. It's being supported by the jack. The cruise control actuator is moved over to the side. The motor mount's sitting in the shed. Everything's unplugged. So the next step is to take off those water pump bolts. I actually need to stop at AutoZone too, because the gasket that I got for the water pump, I guess it got wrecked during shipping. It's broken on one end. I could fix it with Gasket Maker, but I'm just gonna go get another gasket. I usually don't use Gasket Maker when installing a water pump. I think the gasket's fine enough. I don't want any of the gasket maker getting into the cooling system or anything like that. So I'm going to stop at Harbor Freight and pick up the wrenches that I need. Like I said, I'm going to get a set, and I'm going to go get another water pump gasket. So I will be back. take my air compressor off because there's like an extra 2 steps for if this car, I think this car doesn't, some of them don't come with air compressors. This one does. Obviously, I mean the air compressor, same thing I guess, AC condenser.
Today, Junior?
So I just took it out. I'm not supposed to undo any of the lines or anything, so I don't have to recharge the AC. I think I already showed taking the motor mount off. I loosened up the water pump bolts and like everything. The next step, let me see, is to, alright, so get rid of the compressor. So I have to get rid of the air compressor mounting bracket. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do next. It's getting a little dark, but I'm going to see if I can get some more stuff done before it starts to rain and it gets dark. Alright, it's day 2, and let's continue putting the water pump on. It is so freaking beautiful today. It is literally like 73 degrees out. Best day so far this year. Hi, dog. No, I don't want you to kill me. Please stop. Alright, let's continue. So I've run into an issue. I cannot, for the life of me, get this valve cover off. I took all the bolts out and everything, but it's like been on there for so long, it's seized. So I'm gonna use, I don't even know if this is gonna work, but I tried prying up on this and I literally put all my body weight onto it and it still didn't come off. I'm gonna try, like this has this bolt, I'm gonna see if I can get a longer one of these bolts so I can put it on like that, and it'll thread all the way down and push off that, so when I tighten it, it'll pull it up. So I'm gonna go buy one of these bolts right now. Alright, I'm back. So my bolt trick that I used for the valve cover didn't work. The bolt actually like snapped right when it was under tension. But right when I came back and I slipped a little screwdriver underneath it, it freaking popped right off. What? I don't understand. I couldn't do anything, and I just put a screwdriver and did that and it came off. Okay, whatever, no problem, no big deal. Alright, so you may be asking, why do I have a zip tie in the #1 cylinder of my engine? The reason why I have that there is because I'm setting top dead center. The piston is at the top of its stroke, and I set the little hole on the crankshaft pulley directly with the mark on the back of the camshaft cap, and I set top dead center here on the crank pulley, right aligned with the 0 on top of this little thing right here. So the engine is on top dead center. Now I have to take this crank pulley bolt off and then figure out a way to take the crank pulley off. I think this is a one where you need a puller. I'm gonna try and put 2 bolts in here and like tighten a little of them at each of a time, and then see if I can pop it out. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Try that again. Alright, so a little trick that I know to make everything stop spinning is if you have a dual overhead cam, you can use 2 adjustable wrenches on the sides of the lobe where you can actually like fit a wrench on, and then you vice grip them together and it holds both the cams in place so neither of them spin. Alright, I gotta continue this another day. I'm gonna get like a propane torch or something like that. I gotta heat that up because I've been trying every method, like stacking extensions so I can get it outside the fender well, and I literally like cannot get that off. So I gotta like heat it up and see if I can get it out that way, but I have to do that another day. And stripped it. Okay, alright. What do I do? Now I need a new crank pulley bolt. Okay. Alright. Take 4,578. So, I got an extractor socket on there, and I got a fucking long ass, and I'm gonna stick it in there. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. This is 3/8, and I got 1/2 inch. That was 50 fucking bucks. You fucking ass. What the hell? Take 7,623. So I got a bunch of 3/8 with the extractor. I'm gonna fucking try it again. Yo, no way, did I just fucking get it? Did I just get it? No. I didn't get it. Tartar sauce. Oh, kidding me? Alright, I'm gonna end this video off here. This is giving me a really hard time. It's not too bad. It's actually very easy and I can fix this very easily. But the problem is, my dog is going absolutely insane right now. What are you doing? And he just stops in front of me. The problem that I'm having is that I need to figure out a way to get that crank bolt off. I did use a bolt removal tool, but it's only if it's like moderately stripped. It being a little bit more than moderately stripped made it strip even more. So now I need to get one of those hammer press-on bolt removal tools. And it is getting super cold. It's not getting dark, but it's gonna rain. As you can see, that there's probably like gray in the background. Freaking Rhode Island weather. It was like 70 today, now it's 50. And I'm going to save this for another day. I'm going to upload this as a video because this has literally been so far a 3-day in a row process, which should not have taken me 3 days. The problem is if I had all the time in the world to work on it and I had a garage to work in, it would be a lot easier and I would be probably working on this all night long until it was done. But since I only have a couple hours at a time each day, it's really hard for me to get stuff done. So, I'm going to take a break, gather my thoughts, and get that bolt extractor tool. Then, once I get that crank pulley bolt out, taking the crank pulley off, I might need to rent a puller, or I'm just going to use the bolt trick to take the pulley off. But for now, thank you everyone for watching. And I will see you next time in the next video where hopefully I finish doing the timing belt on this thing. Peace out, everybody.